Hey.
Donald Trump's legacy. Why did Donald Trump want Canada and South America place tariffs on them? Why? He can give you all kinds of excuses, right? He can tell you whatever, a million reasons. It's all bunk. What he's trying to do is create a legacy. I realized this when I was reading about his kid who's not allowed to say anything and is only allowed to sing hymns. He's trying to create a legacy. It clicked then. And what I think should happen is that, one, where you have like 1 million, there's like 1 million trans people in the US. That's a lot. And apparently all of their human rights are being violated by this fascist. This guy is very much a fascist, right? It's self-evident at this point, although nobody believed me before, but it's self-evident at this point. And you've had all these Republicans over there, like Ben Shapiro and Carlson Tucker, and now Donald Trump saying like, we should invade Canada. Ben Shapiro said it bluntly like that. Carl Tuckerson had a campaign where he came over here to like invade Canada. Donald Trump is trying to economically invade Canada and conquer Canada. It's not gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. We are different. We are not the same. Just like South America is not part of America. The reason why we don't have American banks in Canada is because we don't use your currency, just like they do in South America. But we don't. We're not interested.
We have our own money.
You go over there and they call it funny money.
I know, because they call it monopoly money too.
Our money is much more attractive than yours.
Yeah, yours is all
We're happy
green.
to keep it.
At least we got some color.
Our money has heritage on it. We're happy to keep it.
I'm always going to be Canadian. I'm never going to be American.
Right?
I was born in Canada.
Donald Trump is not just a fascist, he's also a narcissist. It's blatant, blunt, and obvious. You know, like, it's just the idea of saying that like 1.6 million people in the transgender spectrum are not allowed to transition anymore, you know, and everything is put a kibosh on it. Come to Canada. Immigrate to Canada. Right? We'd have 1.6 million people here who would seek employment, who would have skills because they come from America, who have a certain level of education because they come from America, you know, who are culturally similar, not the same, culturally similar, right? Largely because we're both established countries coming from the Commonwealth. On top of it, you know, you have a lot of Americans don't realize that they have British heritage.
That's true.
You know, we would have 1.6 million taxpayers. You know, we would have 1.6 million people who would help strengthen human rights in Canada. And Canada is very much about human rights, whereas America is not. And this is part of the reason why we do not want to join you. We can be neighbors. We can be trading partners. We do not want to be a part of America. But as Donald Trump breaks up America and destroys things to establish his own legacy, right? Literally his own legacy. That's what this is about. You know, being a world terrorist, right? He might not be firing guns, but he's firing economic guns. This is terrorism. This isn't trolling. This is terrorism. The guy is an international terrorist.
But they also need to remember, we have everything we need here. We don't really need that much from there.
We have all the natural resources we need there.
Yeah.
We need here.
They need us more than we need them.
Yep.
So they need to give their head a shake and maybe really give it some thought before they start yanking chains.
But I think as Donald Trump breaks up America, into different little, it's going to go like the former Soviet Union, right? It's going to break up into all these little different countries, formerly states, right?
Yep.
As this happens, we can absorb them. They can become territories of Canada. Because it's going to happen. He caused revolts, right? You had a revolt in your parliamentary buildings, right? It's going to schism. It is schismed,
Well,
and it's going to fracture.
it's going to escalate beyond what they can even imagine.
It's going to split.
Yeah.
It's going to escalate beyond what anybody could possibly imagine. And now he's threatening World War III. Can't sustain it. It's going to split. That country is going to break up. And so my advice is start thinking about how these different former states of the United States become part of Canada. Become territories of Canada. We'll give you fair trade deals.
Canada is a fair country.
We'll provide you with public health care, because that is essential Canadian rights. We'll provide you with human rights.
Even poor people in this country get to see a doctor no matter what.
Come here, immigrate to Canada, become Canadian. Just like the rest of the world, we have a declining birth population. We have a declining population. Come here.
It's a nice place to live. It's a fair place. People actually care about people. It's mostly it's pretty democratic.
We've never had a civil war. Actually, that's not true.
It was a long time.
It was a really long time ago.
Maybe
not as
once.
memorable as the American one.
Maybe once.
We also went to war with America at one point.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. That's how my ancestors ended up here.
Yeah.
That's how my ancestors ended up here. My ancestors were British loyalists who came through the U.S. into Canada, remaining loyal to the monarchy. And that's how I have my accent. That's how I have the accent that I do.
Yeah. And I was just born here. I'm totally Canadian.
Canada's diverse. Canada's proudly diverse.
We have everybody here, and we don't pick and choose. If you're just be a nice human being, come work, raise your family, don't cause any problems, and it's a wonderful place to live.
We are far more democratic. We are far more democratic. We are far more focused on human rights.
Canada actually cares about their people.
Come to Canada. We can absorb you. We can absorb territories. It'll make us bigger. It'll make us stronger. You can skip out on fascism. Come become Canadian. In fact, you can even have a dual citizenship. You can have a dual citizenship here, and you can be American at the exact same time. You can be Chinese and Canadian. You can be from Fuji and Canadian. You can have a Fuji. Well, Fuji lets you have have a dual citizenship. Other countries don't let you have a dual citizenship. Canada will. You know, that is a man-made border. True. Right? Just like people like me do a chemical castration. True. But it's by choice. Nobody forced anything down my mouth. You know, you can accuse people of like, oh, well, there's all these doctors out there in America trying to make money off of these transgenders, right? What doctor in America isn't making money?
Nah. They all make money.
They largely have private health care, right? You have a completely different healthcare system. You have a completely different parliamentary system than Canada. Who out there in that very capitalist country isn't trying to make money? Come to Canada. We need people with skills. We need people to fill gaps. We need people to help with employment. We need people to help with economic growth. The more people you have, the more economic growth you need. We need people who can... Americans would integrate easily.
Oh, very easily. You can speak English.
We're in the same neighborhood of the Americas.
Yeah.
But this is not America.
No, and it never will be America. It's never going to be America. This will always be Canada. I was born in Canada. I'm not American. I am Canadian.
And now that apparently Elon Musk is fueling money into the conservatives here, right?
Yeah.
That should be illegal.
He's trying to buy it.
That should be illegal. That is what do they call it? Because we don't have that here. Foreign meddling in our elections. That is foreign meddling in our elections. Elon Musk is another terrorist. We should not have Tesla. We should not have any influence by Elon Musk in Canada.
Yeah, stay where you belong.
Those two toxic twins can stay over there.
Just because you have money doesn't make you better. A lot of people who have a lot of money aren't very good.
Define wealth. Because in terms of wealth, Canada is one of the wealthiest nations in the world. Right? They're shipping water from Canada into places like, I think, California.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why don't we just take California? California can become part of Canada.
Yeah,
we don't need to share our water with America.
Yeah.
Right? But apparently they need our natural resources.
They do. We have everything we need. We don't really need anything from them. We really don't. We have lots of factories and stuff that could do some of the things they do. We spend way too much money in America anyway. I think we should start spending our money here.
We are not Republicans, right? Republicans are people who broke away from the monarchy. We have a monarchy. We still are linked to our history. We still have democracy. We still have human rights. These things are all linked together. We still have a parliamentary system of government. You know, our laws are fair and just, largely, right? Because of our heritage. We have not abandoned our heritage. The Republic of America has. America is a republic. We are part of a commonwealth.
America is splintered.
America is going to splinter. America is going to break up into all kinds of little different countries. Become territories of Canada. Maybe someday become provinces of Canada.
Yeah, who's to say we can't have more provinces?
All you people over there suffering human rights, come to Canada. Maybe we can help you out. Can't all come at once, but maybe we can start the process and we can start absorbing some of you and integrating, which would be a very easy integration.
As long as you're a good person, it'll be very easy. If you're a crook and we don't want you here, stay where you are. If you're not good, stay where you are.
Yeah, Donald Trump can stay over there. Elon Musk can stay over there.
Yeah, you guys can all have each other.